Hi. I decided to do a video for the First Form Athlete Search. I know a couple weeks ago I did a small series of Instagram videos, and I thought that it might be a good idea to start maybe doing like a video a week. Kind of hard for me to just do videos like this, but the baby is sleeping, so I'm going to take the opportunity to make this video, put it on YouTube and Facebook, and hopefully help give you an idea of who I am. And yeah, so I guess this video I think I'm going to make about eating disorders. I think eating disorders are a very sensitive topic, I guess is the correct word to use, for both women and men. A little bit about myself. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I probably had eating problems since 2009, and I knew along the way that I had the problems, but didn't really think I needed attention or help, and kind of let them go on way too long. And then in 2012 I ended up contacting the it was a psychological department in the school that I was going to at the time. I was a graduate student for social work, and before that I got my bachelor's in psychology. So as I was doing the assessment for the eating disorder, I knew what the results were going to be at the end. I ended up being diagnosed with bulimia nervosa, non-purging type. And for those who don't know, I was stuck in a constant cycle for years. I was too focused on eating good foods and bad foods, and the cycle of I would eat really good for one day, technically the good, and I would have something on the bad list and I would feel guilty about it, and so that caused me to internally feel like I was struggling and that I was a failure. So I would continue to eat bad food, and this would last either a couple hours or all day long, and then the next day I could do the same thing all over again, and it was a cycle of that. And it was tough because if I did have a bad day, it could take weeks for me to be out of it and finally back on track again in my standards. And so I would either continue to eat bad and binge all day long for days, or I would go to the gym and do excessive amounts of cardio to make up for the calories that I wasn't supposed to eat, so I'd burn the calories off. So it was undereat, overeat, overexercise. So it was hard, mentally and physically. And when I finally started doing therapy for it, we did CBT, which is a cognitive behavioral therapy, and basically it's something where you talk to your therapist about your thoughts and how your thoughts affect your behaviors, and trying to change your thoughts, thus trying to change your behaviors as well. It definitely helped me a lot, and I ended up getting pregnant while I was in therapy. So I think that for me, that was a blessing in disguise, because it was no longer about me. There was somebody else that I had to worry about, and that somebody else that I had to make sure was nurtured in the correct ways. And so my daughter definitely saved me from eating disorder. Don't get it twisted. If you've ever had an eating disorder, know somebody who has an eating disorder. It never goes away. It's always going to be there. And it's different for everybody. There's anorexics who don't eat at all, different types of bulimia, those who throw up their food, or like me, who don't throw up their food but over-exercise to compensate. So it's hard, and if you know anyone that's going through this, it's hard to talk to them about it, because they don't think that it's a problem. They think that it's okay. In their mind, they make it seem like what they're doing is okay and that it's healthy, but in the end it's really not. And I see this a lot in the fitness posts that I see on Facebook and Instagram, and it's sad because people think that, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody does well doing different things, and it's not a cookie cutter diet, not a cookie cutter exercise program that works well for everybody. So if someone's like, hey, what did you do to lose all the weight? What I do for myself may not work for another person, and I understand that, but I think it's hard for other people to realize that. And a lot of people do the whole clean eating thing and eat fruits and veggies and lean meats, and you know, they don't incorporate any treats at all, they don't have cheat meals, and that just doesn't work for me. So I recently have started doing If It Fits Your Macros, and it has been awesome. I've seen awesome results, and I feel and look the best that I have probably in my entire life, without excessive restricting, excessive cardio, and you know, just feeling completely miserable about myself all the time. You know, I'm not up and down all the time anymore, and it's awesome. I can have a donut every day if I wanted to. If I want ice cream, I'll incorporate ice cream. If I want something salty, I'll incorporate something salty. So a lot of people have come up to me since having the baby at the gym, because I'm a regular at the gym, and have asked me, you know, what I have done, and I try to tell them in a way that's healthy, and you know, kind of tell them my story about how before I was doing things that were very unhealthy, and you know, either on the extremes of my diet or completely off my diet. And now I kind of just listen to my body. If I'm craving something sweet, I'll have something sweet, but it'll be portioned, so it won't affect the way that I think how I've done about the whole day. And I have good days, I have bad days, and sometimes I overdo it, sometimes I eat too much, but I try very hard not to get back into the patterns that I was in when I had the eating disorder. And I know that any little thing can bring that back. So I definitely still have the eating disorder thoughts. I definitely still, you know, do things that I was doing when I was in the middle of the eating disorder without getting help. And you know, I still have days where I technically binge, or eat too much food, or eat too much sweets, and you know, it is very hard to get back on track because you think that you have failed, and it's definitely a mindset thing. You know, you can't say to yourself, oh my god, I ate way too much food, I blew my macros, I might as well just say screw it and, you know, make the rest of the day shitty. You really have to think about what your goals are and what you want to accomplish, and in the end, if that is stronger than the food, then you will choose the path of reaching your goals. And that's what I've been doing for ever since I had the baby, and I feel really good about it. You know, it took me a while to get back to the gym because of the playroom situation. She didn't want to be in there, but I kept going and I kept doing it, and little by little, and now she loves the playroom. She's making lots of friends, and I get to work out at the same time. So I hope this video was great. It's about 8 minutes and 40 seconds long right now, so I'm going to cut it off, but I hope to see you soon. Hopefully trying to do these videos once a week, at least. So I will be seeing you. Follow me on Instagram at FitFirstTimeMom. I think that's what it is, Fit First Time. Yes, that's what it is. And on Facebook, Talia Vance. Have a great day. Bye.